It is so nice to have one of these puzzle games again. One that, like, fits the hyperfixation niche, where, like, all I want to do is play it, but I know that it's going to be short enough that it isn't going to be, like, consuming for my life. Yeah, I'm gonna sink probably, like, around 8 hours into it, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, but I'm not going to spend an inordinate amount of time playing just one thing, and it's not ever going to get dry or dull because it knows that, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be, like, playing this concept of a game for more than 10 hours. It looks like we're making the first white lock here. Interesting. ABBA? Interesting. Lock to be able to fill out an ABBA, to be able to spell another lock, to fill out the last square. Simple. Looking like we've got an ABBA here, which, what letter do we want to hit? This A, so we can hit this ABBA. To hit this A, so we can spell a twack. But we want to hit a ta at some point, it looks like. Hold on. So what's stopping me from spelling out a thwack? I need to get rid of all of these ABBA letters here. What's stopping me from spelling out... yeah, I can't spell anything here. So, like, this is the only play at the beginning, or this, I guess, is also another play that we can make. If I want to get rid of both of the A's, this works. Now I need TLA into a K, so I need to get rid of one of the A's again. I feel like this is the only line that we can take through here. Now, how do we get an extra A for the last T? Or the TX, I guess. So I got rid of the B at one point because I thought that I would need to spell another ABBA, and it feels like I do. And the second ABBA goes to that B, but... I don't think there's much different about these guys. Getting rid of this A isn't going to help, especially because, yeah, I don't have anything to spell after that, so I do need to get rid of a B. This is, like, one of the only moves. The only other move I can get is blacking out this guy instead, but they're functionally the same when I spell it the next ABBA. Oh, interesting. You could put an ice onto something if you give it extra white. Okay. What would I want to use that on, then? Like, it feels like it should be one of the A's again. Let's hit it here so that I can tlack early. Or maybe I just have to ABBA a different location. No, because I still need to get one of my A's back. I do also like the change in the soundtrack. It's very suiting for what the little locks have been up to. So I want to get rid of these two A's so that I can tlack through here. But I need to make sure that I have this B available for the future. But I can't do that if my first word is ABBA itself. We definitely don't need another A down here, right? Okay, let's say I do put an A down here, and then I tlack. I can reach the A using this guy? I would put an ice on this one instead. Okay, that works. I honestly don't know why this works, but it does. Oh, because we're not spelling out two ABBAs, right? And then I can get rid of the conductors. Okay. We've got an ABBA in the middle and an ABBA on this side. It seems like we're going to have to hit this B an extra time. Hold on, can we protect the ABBAs to spell out 3 ABBAs? No, because we'll have some Bs left over. So we need to spell a tlack through here. That's like the main goal of the level. You just need to figure out how to get rid of all of, or make all of these black, basically. You can start with an A and bounce into a B and then make another A again. You can use the same letter twice, right? Yeah, okay. So this ABBA will allow me to change the parity, basically. Use 2 letters instead of 3 letters to be able to spawn one of these guys in. Let's start from the left side. Just feels correct. Sure, I don't think it matters where we put down the guy. Do we need to change parity a second time? I think we do. And we ABBA one more time to get rid of this A. And when we ABBA here, we will have... Oh, we don't want to ABBA the last time because we need one of the A's for tlack. And we're going to need a ta left over at the end. So one of our ABBAs here, this guy, needs to go on the T. So we have a second T to use. Then we ABBA to save the A again. So we can put down a tlack and a ta. T-L-A-K. So we've got 1 tlack in here and some ABBAs. We need to find a way to get rid of the L and the K somehow and still leave space for an A, or yeah, a T and an A. We've got 2 A's, but we only have 1 T. So we're going to need to ABBA to... Hold on. How would I make an ABBA here? I don't think I can start with an ABBA. And we only want 1 ABBA. So maybe like this. Here, we get the T back, and now we can get rid of all the conductors. Oh, but we need a second A. So this tlack, I think it hit... If I save the B's, I think I can bounce it back into itself, right? I'm unsure. But I need to get rid of this B to be able to allow myself to, get out. Hold on, if I do this, I can ABBA with the same A to hit the T. Oh, but then I would need to ABBA with the same A and the B to hit... Oh, no, the A's still around because I haven't, used it during that ABBA. I'm fine. I was overthinking the puzzle. We've got 1 ABBA, we've got a second one. The X here makes me think that I'll need to bounce it, but I guess I can't bounce it anywhere down here. So if you have 1 ABBA, there's no way for me to use this A and another ABBA. So this is probably a tlack? Yeah. TL, we bounce through here, and then AK, we just need to find a way to get this L used up. In which case I'm seeing a lock, but I don't know how to make it. Oh, we've got a low. Interesting. I can protect this conductor, so that when I low, I can get rid of the L, but not the conductor. And then I can tlack. Oh, and then we got 1 left over here in the corner. If we back up a little bit, we can protect this guy instead. And then hit the L and the A here, which also gets the conductor down in the corner, which was the problem when we were trying to play the tlack at the end. Okay, we've got 1 ABBA that can be played on itself. Oh, we've got a BE. Interesting. So I'll put down a question mark, because of course. Now, an ABBA through here. Oh, it's not through there. Ah, it's through the B from before. Will now allow me to, reuse this B. And then I can spell out another ABBA to let me reuse the question mark. To then let me spell out a BE so that I can put down any block here, and then any block here is going to cycle into itself so that I can spell TA to get rid of all the conductors. The puzzle in this problem is realizing that you have to like bridge the gap somehow, and bridging the gap just involves spelling out an ABBA, but okay, sorry, not an ABBA, but a BE. Once this B is black, then the puzzle is basically solved. It's just like bouncing back and forth between using your ABBAs and your Bs. I've got an ABBA set up here. I've got a lock set up down here. I've got a TLAC across the board, so it feels like I should be using this lock at some point, and 2 ABBAs throughout the game to be able to restore the L and the K. Is there any other K on the board? No? I could also just use a lock and a taw. So we would go lock here. Don't know what I'm hitting yet. And then a taw like that. We wouldn't get rid of this A so that we could break through all of the pieces on this side of the board, which would then allow us to play another taw. That seems alright. And there's so many A's that it might be possible to get another one off. No, there's no conductors to be able to put this T up into this A. Rough. Right, my bad. The A's are used in the ABBA. I can't use them in a taw. So there are no extra R's on the board. Let's get rid of them. The taw can be used on the V here. The ABBA can be used on this T to get it back for a taw. But then I've got some extra spaces on board left that I haven't used up yet. Let's back it up and see. There isn't an extra L anywhere, so it's either a TLAC or a lock. And I think this gets rid of more letters, which is what I want. So maybe something like that. Then how do I get rid of the O? Looks like I can recover this T for another taw. Is there any way that I could make Lolo? Because if I circle around this, I can make a Lolo. Okay, that works. I just need to recover this L. Ah, got it. And I think I'm going to be getting rid of these here, which means that I should play this one higher. Then I ABBA to get the L back, and then low to play the corner, and then a taw to get rid of the conductors. That's a cool puzzle. All right, 9 and 10. I'm seeing a BE. I'm seeing a second BE, which will allow us to put quantum letters in here. We just need to get rid of the T. And... oh. How do I connect this B to this E? It could go around to the corners, like this. But then there's no way to get it up to the E, regardless. This B can't find its way out around the outside. The only letters that can go around to the outside conductors like this are the B, and then after I use the B, anything like within this line, which I guess turns out to be anything along this X as well. Okay, what are actual moves that I have to begin with? Because I can't put this B anywhere without it hitting a T first. I don't have any L's on board, so I can't use those yet. I don't have any... yeah, so that gets rid of TLACs and locks. I only have taw. There's no Lolo, and there's no... well, there is an ABBA, but I can't get to it. Not yet. So let's make a taw to begin with, and get rid of... well, we can't get rid of the white space. I don't want to get rid of the T's. Well, I could recover a T. But then how am I getting rid of the X's, the K's? The K I can probably use a lock at the very end for. Let me try getting rid of the K's, because there's 2 of them. And I can write a B right away to get myself a question mark block here. How do I bounce onto this E? I would need a second question mark block here, but that just doesn't exist. So like what I could do is I could put a B here to then write another BE to then put a question mark block here. That gives me the taw, and then this B question mark could turn into something. Or I could make this an ABBA. It can't bounce. I guess, hold on. After the taw... no, but I can't do it after the taw. Okay, from here, which block do I want to have be a question mark? If I have this one be quantum, I could make a taw over here instead, but that doesn't seem to help me. Because So I'm still stuck with not letting the B touch anything. If I try to get this T out ever, I could hit the question mark block, but I don't exactly want to do that. Because then my B is... Well, no, it can go over top of this question mark block. But then it'll never be able to bounce onto the E over here. So I feel like this question mark block is not the one that I want to put down first. I think it's this one. Then I just have to figure out how to get rid of this E, which is from the B bounce, but I don't have a way to B bounce. Oh, the ta that I did at the very beginning. I can do this one instead. Hit all the Ks. Then I've got a B to be able to put a question mark block here. Does that change anything, actually? Hold on, I can get this ta. No, I can't, because I need to hit this space. What if, instead of hitting the Ks early, I hit the Ts early, as odd as that sounds? I'm going to go for a BE and then an ABBA. So the BE has to come from here. And then ABBA would be AB, and then it can't go over to the side anymore. And we couldn't B into an... Well, we could B into an A into another B. That'd be BAB, not ABBA. If I can get rid of this B, I could cycle all the way around and hit just like one of the question marks. Let's figure out how to get rid of that B from the beginning then. Well, I can't hit these because I need the BEs to go somewhere. So like it feels like I have to hit the Ks. I guess I could start from A, B, and then loop back around into the A again. Oh, but it's a T along the way. I'm going to come back to this one. All right, I'm seeing a lock. I am seeing a B with no E to match it, so that means that we're just playing ABBAs somewhere, which we'd have to do after this lock. Where would we want to play this ABBA? On the B, so that we can then hit it again. And then we can hit this A on the ABBA. I actually don't have a spot to have this A hit it. I'd probably want to get rid of this N at some point so that I could play a ta. Looks like I'm playing two tas. Okay. The B I can get rid of by, like, actually playing it. The N, M, and U and I all are, like, undefined letters. They're not used in the dictionary. So I need to use, like, my wildcards against them. So a lock here can get rid of the I, and they're all separate, so it doesn't matter if I hit them with locks or tas. Then I would want to hit a ta next, but I guess I could hit this N first so that I have this ta available to me. I'm going to hit all the I's. Then I play an ABBA. Ooh, I can't because of the L down here. Ooh, I could play a tlack instead? Wait, does that work? No. I guess I could play a ta through here. Oh, hold on. I think I might have messed up. Let me go back. We can get rid of the B, right? No, because we need that for an ABBA in the future. Do we? If I play this ta here, I would, because I need to save one of the T's again. Or I save an O and a K so that I can lock one more time. I think I might need to tlack at some point, actually, which this could be that point. I would just need to have the B available to save something. So if we ta and hit the I, we can't create an ABBA yet. Oh, we can. I could go through the center. Completely forgot. And then we get rid of the K. So that we TL, and then A, and then come back down. Oh, wait. Never mind, not through the L. Hit that K, and I can't get rid of this I at any point. I need to save the U and the I to be tlacked. Oh, but I need another ta at the very end of things. Okay, let me back things up. Take it slower. I'm thinking that this O is bait, and that I should be making more tlaks than I'm making locks. But if I do this, it gets rid of an L and an O to be able to expunge the K for me. Now let's say we write down an ABBA. I only get one of these unless I want to use one of the A's on the B's themselves, but that doesn't seem like a viable use of it. So if I get rid of the K here, that means that I have one more space available for a tlak. And I have a ta available to use on the X's, but I still need to use I still have a U left to get. I could low instead. That's it. I need to find a spot to low to get rid of some of the letters. So we low. Do we need this guy anymore? Can we just wait to low until later? When I want to tlak through here, I need to get rid of the O. So I need to low before that happens. Which, that means that I don't have a playable move to get through here, which means I don't have a playable move. I could play ABBA, but that doesn't help me right now because that only adds ice to things. And I need to add, like, ice to this, but... So let's low and get rid of this conductor, I guess. Seems fine. Or maybe I can get rid of this conductor. No, because that's how I branch from this A back down. What if I save that with an ABBA? I'll try it after doing this. So we tlak through here. Oh, that's tlulk, because I can't bridge this gap. And there's no way for me to come at it from this angle, because if I were to, I'd need to start from the T, and then that's just tack. That doesn't work. Okay, so I need to go back to the low and play it somewhere else. I might need to play the ABBA somewhere else, so let's like start from scratch on the low. Where does the low go? I can maybe recover this conductor. I actually can't play this first, because I can't recover that conductor until later. So let's try playing an ABBA to save this conductor and see if this gets us any closer to our goal. It gets rid of two things, so that can be helpful. And this tlak gets rid of two things. Oh, hold on. This tlak gets rid of two things. Ah, yeah, and then the TA gets rid of all the conductors. There we are. All right, back to level 9. So I said before that we've got a BE that we want to fill up the empty space with and a BE that we want to fill up the empty space with. The only way to connect this B to another letter, it cannot be through the outsides because then it just wraps into itself. It has to be through two, spawned letters down here. And that's not possible because I would need BE1 and then BE2. So what I'm thinking is that this B is going to be ABBA'd, as in BA, and then bounce all the way around all the things on the outside into hitting... Oh, that's a B again, not an A. I guess I could ABBA into this A up here. That's the first ta that I use. Okay, so if I were to... like for the sake of argument, if I have this ABBA available, I can put ice on this B, and then I could make the word BE here and BE here to be able to get two letters, or like two quantum letters down. That also expunges this B by having it be used in the word ABBA. So that feels like it's what I should be doing. But to start, like to have any playable moves, I have to get rid of one of the T's. It's either this ta or this ta. Getting rid of the K's feels like something that I should do, so that I have the availability to use this BE. And now I could put a question mark block down here. Or just like an A. Oh, no, I can't yet, right. I was thinking that I wanted to play an ABBA there, but to be able to save this A, B, and then have it, like, be used, it just keeps going in this direction. So, like, this A is never going to be able to be combined with this B. So then how do I ever get rid of this A down here? I feel, then it has to be part of a ta. It has to be the end of a word. And E isn't used in anything, right? Just in BE. I think then what I want to do is I want to taw through here, B down here. And that doesn't work still because now I've still got an extra block here to try to get rid of. And this doesn't allow me to bounce it into the E again. Alright, I'm gonna think on this problem for a bit. See you guys in a bit. Oh, my bad. So I haven't quite got there yet, but I have made a bit of progress. If I play a BE as another BE here, it allows me to darken this square, which, hold on, I actually spelled the BE, so that I can then conduct to hit a taw here, and maybe that allows me to finish the board. Like, I'm really close. I just need to find a way to get, what is it, like, one extra letter out of here. If I can find a way to turn one of these question marks into two A's, then I'll be able to use up this H. So like this BE here, I feel like it is a necessary move. There is no way that I can loop all the way around to make an ABBA. I need to get rid of this T for that to happen. So the BE spawns a new block here. There's nothing that I can make with the letter E, so I have to get rid of it with a taw. Oh, well, BE does work. So, like, I could spawn another BE here, but that doesn't happen because, like, I don't have any more, like, unfilled blocks to fill up. So I have to play a taw, but then there's nothing else that I want the E to match up with, so I get rid of it so that I can use the T on it. It's not the correct line. It's close. I know that it's close. What else can I do from here? Because, like, there's nothing that changes if I put this one down here. Like, I could make a taw from here early, but then that just keeps this B around, and now there's no way to fill up this dark square. It really feels like this is only the only correct moveset. I'm not coming back to this one later. I've got to figure it out now. There's no way to get rid of an H regularly. If I do this taw at the beginning, I think it doesn't allow me to solve the puzzle the same way, right? So now it would be E... Oh, sorry. BE here. And now we've got this taw. And now there's no way for this T to hit this question mark block ever. And there's no way for this question mark block to connect to the rest of them. There's no way that I can sneak an ABBA in here, right? No, because I used both of the BEs right away to help darken the squares. The only way that I could have, what is it, this B wrap around to hit the E without hitting one of the other ones is, again, yeah, by having these two filled out. But, like, to have these two filled out, I need to use this B to spawn a new letter. These are the first two moves. The T, A, the taw, or this one. It's two separate moves at the beginning that I can make, and then it forces me into making this one because it's the only option that it, like, opens up if I play the taw. Nothing else, no other block that I hit is going to do anything. Of course, it's not the conductors. It's not the E's, because then I can't play the B's. It's not the other T's, because then I don't have anything to play taws on. It's not the H, because then I can't play any taws. Like, I can't continue making plays. And it's not the white spaces because then my BEs have nowhere to go. So this has to be this first play. Then this has to be the second one. Okay, sorry. 1 or 2 at the beginning, just for clarity's sake. Then we've got the BE to either make a letter here or make a letter here. Of course, it's going to be a quantum letter. Just which one do we spawn in? If I spawn over here, I can only make something like a ta, but then I'm not able to use this b in anything. The aba doesn't work as much as I want it to, and I can't loop it back around into itself because we need to paint this square, but there's no way for me to paint this square. So I have to put the question mark block here. Then it becomes, what do I want to make this word? It feels like it should be b. I could make it aba instead. Let me try that. No, because there's a T in the way, which stops me from making it ABBA. And if I do this T as play number 1, then it whites out this square, and then I'm still going to hit a T along the way. So I can't make this ABBA. It just has to be the letter B again, or the word B. Sorry. Then we make a quantum letter here. And now there's nowhere to go from here. There is just, I have 2 T's and 2 A's. And I have 3 things to get rid of. I'm gonna need to take some more time on this. Alright, that didn't take long. So I forgot that this is the world where we're supposed to be using ABBA. So there is going to be somehow a way for me to make ABBA here. The way to do so is to wrap all the way around so that I can start with A, B, and then hit an A again. But I need to get rid of these 2 T's to get that done. I was under the assumption that I needed to make a BE by like starting the word from the B here, but I could have just as easily started from a question mark here going up into the E. And that allows me to do this. I start with a T down below, I BE here into putting a question mark block here, which is just going to be a B. And then I can put an A here to then make ABBA. Oh, right, after I finish this AT first. We can get rid of the H. Now we can make the ABBA because we've gotten rid of the T up there, which is why we got rid of this guy first. And now with the ABBA, we need to get rid of one more letter. What's that letter? Well, the A, to make it TA here. To get all the conductors. That's the world. ABBA 1 and TWAC 2. Alright, another world down. See you guys in the next episode for, I'm assuming, the last bonus world?